once we have uploaded our data set, let's get back to the Power Query window in order to add an index column, which is very important for table relationships. Let's go to aggregate column, index column from 1. Now let's go to move this column to the far left at the table, at the beginning of the table. Now let's close and apply once again. Nice. Now we have our index column, which we are going to rename it to short ID. Nice. Now let's explore our data just in case we missed something. Here, for example, as you can see, the date column, it is in text format. So let's change this. The type of data will be a date. Yes, accept. And the format will be the common European format, which will be days, month, and year. That's right. Now it is in date format. After this, we have two columns here that are going to indicate us the coordinates and the location on the field game from where Stephen Curry made its shots. So made or attempted its shots. So let's indicate to Power BI not to summarize these two columns over here, which are left.px and top.px. Not to summarize and not to summarize. That's right. So if we do this, it won't indicate any kind of error in future in future measures. So now that we have corrected these errors over here, let's add some new measures. Add new measure. And well, first of all, I think that is very important to make a distinct count of our field games attempted, the total field games attempted. Total field games attempted, which will be a distinct count of short ID. There it is. That's all. Now we have to create a new measure for the total field games made, which Stephen Curry scored. So let's add new measure. Let's add this new measure. We will call it total field game made, which will be calculate of the total field games attempted and filtered by the outcome column. Oh, we have to correct this. With the outcome column equals to 1. Do you remember that? Okay, in outcome column, the 1 represents when Stephen Curry scored, and the 0 when he missed that shot. So let's give it a 1. Let's enter. That's right. Let's create some kind of conversion measure in which we will divide the total attempted shots between the total made shots. So total field games percentage, and we will obtain a shot, some kind of shot conversion. Divide total field game attempted divided by, no, it is made between attempted total attempted. Else case, the alternate result will be 0, and that's all. We have the version here. Now we are going to add a new set of measures in which we'll make some kind of difference between the score of the shot, between the 3 points and 2 points, which are basically the score shots. Let's see over here. Score. Shot value over here. As you can see, we have 2 points and 3 points. So let's create 2 sets of measures for 3 points and 2 points. Let's start with the 3 points. First of all, let's make 3 points field game attempted, similar as we did before, and we're going to calculate the total field game attempted filtered by the shot value when equals to 3. So let's do the same with the 3 points field game made. We'll be to calculate total field games made and filtered by shot value 3. So, and now we are going to add a conversion measure as we did before. 3 points field game percentage. So with this conversion measure, we can see how accurate was this set of shots, and we are going to follow the same process with the 2 points also. Calculate total attempted No. This is not correct. It has to be a divide in the made 3 points field game made and the attempted. The 3 points field game attempted, else case the alternate result will be a 0. That's all. Now we're going to follow the same process with 2 points. 2 points field game attempted, which will be calculate total field game attempted filter by shot value 2 equals to 2 points field game made, calculate total field goals made and filtered by shot value 2. And let's add percentage measure to see how accurate was carry scoring 2 points. 2 points field game percentage divide the made that we did before between the attempted, else case the alternate result will be a 0. That's right. Now we have our basic set of measures over here, but this is kind of messy because it is here with the other table, with the other columns, and we have 3 measures over here and another 6 over here. So we are going to organize this as we get to here. We open our table, we select our measures, and let's create a new folder. Let's call it KPIs. Enter. And now we have all of our measures inside a folder, so it is better for better visualization and organization. So now, as we can see here, our date column, Power BI automatically created an hierarchy, which is very useful. So we use, for example, a matrix. So we can span and see here the quarters. If we span the quarters, we can see the month, and if we span the months, we can see the days. So it is very, the hierarchies is very useful to make some business reports, the dynamic reports. Well, let's add some new visualizations to our Power BI desktop. First of all, let's add our measures to this matrix table over here. First of all, attempted, then made, and then the percentage. Attempted, made, and percentage. And let's filter this by season. let's add some slicer to filter our data, and let's filter by the season. A deployable menu, and that's all. Now we're going to synchronize our slicer through all the pages. We have created a page 2 over here, and we are going to synchronize. Well, I already added this. Let's remove. Let's synchronize this slicer through all the pages. Let's select this, and let's apply and synchronize between the 2 pages, and that's all. So it appears in the page 2 as well, and if we filter here by, for example, 2013, it also is filtered here, because I found it better to filter by season in just one only page, because I don't find it too much useful to going through all the pages and filtering in any page by its season. So it is better in this way. So now let's add and scatter chart to deploy or to have our visualizations here from left.px on the x-axis and the top.px on the y-axis. Remember, let's set not to summarize, and that's it. As I said before, these 2 columns over here corresponds to the coordinates of the MBI court or field game. So now let's add make or miss to the legend. That's right. Now let's add a new image here that will be the NBA court. That's right. So now what we're going to do here is to modify several things in this chart over here. We don't want the X title and the Y title. It's just redundant information. We're going to change our data color. So you can see the make shot is represented by a soft blue, and the miss shot is represented by a dark blue, but you cannot see too much difference between these 2 colors. So let's use, for example, maybe a red color for the miss. Or maybe, I don't know, yellow color, I think is better. That's right. Now let's go to shapes, and let's readjust the size of our dots over here. Let's set 0, so we have bigger dots. Or else we don't want the title, because it is just redundant information. We already have it here on the. We already have that information on the legend. So let's keep the title out of our visualization. And now let's go over the x-axis. And let's set here is here if these two options, the beginning and the end, are set as an automatic option. When we filter through here or any other kind of filter in our visualization pane, it will affect the size of the dots. So we don't want that because we want static dots. So let's set here -10 and here 500. So now we have an statics dots. We don't want it to be dynamic because then we are going to put this visualization over here. So it's better in this way. Let's follow the same process with the y-axis. Initiate -10 and the end 500. That's right. Let's resize this. Now let's remove these titles over here by clicking here and going to y-axis and doing the same process. Now we are going to overlap these visualizations here over this image here. So let's readjust. This is some kind of try and error because we have to adjust and resize a lot of times. There it is. Let's bring it to the front. Yeah, that's right. And now, for example, if we filter by 2012, you can see there was a few shots by Stephen Curry, and this is due to several injuries that he suffered this season, and he missed over 40 matches. Let's click, for example, on 2016. Whoa, there is much more data over here. For example, 2015. Now what we are going to do here is to add more visualizations in order to represent our most important KPIs. So first of all, let's add a bar chart and let's represent the total fields game attempted. by shot distance by feet. As we can see here, Stephen Curry is a well-known long shot distance player in the NBA. He attempted 296 shots from 25 feet distance. But I think it will be more useful to group by the feet distance instead of uh, seeing this visualization by each feet distance. So let's get to it. Let's go to here. Let's create a new group. Let's keep it short distance feet. Type of group would be a list, and let's add the values from 0 for feet distance, from 5 to 12, 5 to 12 feet, from 13 to 22, feet, and plus 23 distance. Let's accept. Now let's add a matrix visualization. And let's represent our new groups and our main KPI, which are total field game attempted, total field game made, and total field games percentage. Let's click on formatting. Let's activate. So we can divide this, and the color will be black. Okay, that's better. And percentage. Now let's add some conditional formatting in order to keep a track on our main KPIs. So we go here, we click on total field game attempted, conditional formatting. Let's add some data bars from left to right. Let's add this color over here. And let's click accept. So automatically it deploys a bar with our KPIs over here, so it is better for visualization. Let's follow the same process with total field game made. Let's go over here, conditional formatting, but this time I will make it by font, by color of the font. Let's have some rules. If the value is equal or greater than the value is equal or greater than 400, I think it will be better Yes, and the higher value in blue. I think this this visualization will be better. Divergent. Yes. Yes. Let's click on the value total field gain made. And let's click accept. That's right. Now our numbers are represented. It actually changed their font color. Let's follow the same process on conditional formatting by total field gain percentage. By this time, let's add some icons. Let's put it on the right of the data. And let's add, you can customize here. I will use this one. Okay, so let's click accept. All right, as we can see here, well, we're going to modify this icon. Well, let's set if if is greater or equal than 0 and less than 33 is red. If it is greater or equal than 33 and less than 67, it's yellow. Over here, we can see it represented very badly, so let's correct this. Well, let's add here total fuel gain percentage. That's right. And it is from 0 to 45. It is in red. It is from 45, 46 and less than 60, and in yellow, and it is greater than 61, represented in green. So let's add it here and let's click accept. Now this time we will follow the same process as we did with total field gains made with conditional formatting, but before that we are going to turn these values over here into real percentage. So let's click here, total percentage, and let's change the format. Now we have a real percentage over here. Now let's go over here, conditional formatting, and this time we will select icons on the far right of the values. Let's select this one, and the default greater or equal than 0 and less than 33, red. Between 33 and 67, yellow. Between 67 and 100, in green. Let's put here 60 and here 61. Set. That's right. So now we're going to display some cards over here. Cards are very useful to display a single aggregated measure, a single aggregated value, or a measure. So let's go into here. Let's add two cards, which will represent the median shot and the longest shot. And before the representation, let's create two new measures called median shot. We'll use the median DAX formula for shot distance in feet. That's it. Let's change the name. That's right. Now it's right. Now a new measure called max shot. We use max formula of shot distance feet. This one distance. Let's change it. This one too with the dot. That's right. Now let's drag and drop over here. Max shot 39 feet and median shot 33. Let's here. Let's add right and here too. That's right. So well, as we said before, cards are very useful. Are a very useful visualization tool because you can represent an important set of values, an important group of values here. Here we are representing the median shot by the 2016 seasons and the max distance shot that Curry made that year. Once we have finished on this page, let's go back to the previous page and let's see what I did over here. So here I added a couple tables, couple matrix tables over here in order to see and analyze some Stephen Curry personal statistics more in depth. First of all, I created a conditional column called win or loss, in which I indicated to Power BI that if the team score was higher than the opponent's score, then you're gonna create a win. And if the team score is less than the opponent's score, then that match resulted into a loss. And if both values of these two columns are equal, then it was a draw. So here we can see his progress through the years. I added this new filter over here, which represent the franchise opponent, which we can filter against, for example, the LA Lakers. Stephen Curry team, the Golden State Warrior, has won more times against the LA Lakers than the opposite way. So here we can see also very curious statistic in which, despite that Stephen Curry is a well known long shot player, he has been improving his accuracy in short shots, as we can see here, his progression through the years. And in 2018, his conversion percentage into points shot was 56.73%. And as we can see in 3-point shots, we can see a decrease of his accuracy through the years. So this is all, and thank you for watching.